Hello, friends. What's up? Let's take a breath. It is, 2 o'clock? Gosh, it feels like today has flown by. My words aren't working. So something fun, something that I thought would be fun, and right now I'm looking over at it, and I don't know how I feel about it, is I had like the cutest magnets. This is not what the call's about, but here we go. Like the cutest magnets on my fridge in my old house. And my fridge here it's not magnetic. So I found all my cute magnets and I put them on this trash can that's like over in the corner of my office. And I was like, oh, this is going to be so cute. And now I'm sitting here looking and I'm like, that looks horrible. Anyway, so I wanted to get on here really quickly and just share with you guys something that I feel like is really undervalued, and that is it's undervalued and overlooked, and it's the power of reflection and resetting. It's something that if you've ever done any of the planning classes I've taught or anything like that, you know that I regularly will, or like in the podcast I talk about this a lot. I recommend to people that you give yourself a reflection space regularly. The reason is because, first of all, I have not been able to see comments today, so if you're commenting and I'm not answering you, I'm not ignoring you, I just can't see it while I'm live for some reason. But so in those moments when we have life is just too much. Okay, maybe I can't see comments. Hello, Jeffrey Perkins. When life is happening and things are going, it's really easy for us to not take a moment to look at what's going right and what's going wrong and how we can potentially utilize that for our benefit. You know, ultimately, if we're doing a reflection process, like we're taking a good, honest look at what's going on, what's working and what's not, if we're taking a good, honest look at that regularly, it really allows us to reset. Sometimes it's just, almost any motivational business person that you've ever heard talk, from the very top of the game to the bottom, like they'll tell you, it's in these little shifts that you make the most change. The biggest thing that we tend to not do is we'll just like veer off course and there's no direction to what we're doing, or we're going around and around in circles, or we're doing, part of a cycle that we don't realize we're a part of. And when you do a regular check-in and reflection, and it's not a huge process, like it's very quick. When you do that, it prevents you from wasting momentum and wasting energy of just like chasing your own tail. Or maybe you're putting in all of this energy and effort into something and it doesn't feel like it's working. So you feel like you're banging your head against the wall. And having a 10-minute reset and like looking, okay, here's what I did, here's what I didn't do, here's what worked, here's what didn't. Maybe I don't even want to do this thing anymore, but I'm banging my head against the wall about it for no reason at all. You know what I'm saying? So giving yourself that is such a gift. It's free, it's easy. And basically what I tell people is we tend to avoid things that make us uncomfortable, or avoid things that are going to make us maybe have feelings, things like that. And when we do that, it can turn into a mountain. And when something turns into a mountain, it's a lot harder to deal with. And so if we're regularly checking on things, like I tell my clients often at the end of every week, or like the beginning of a new week, you take a look at the week before and you say, okay, hey, this is what worked and this is what didn't. How can I maybe rearrange things? How can I maybe move this over here? Or maybe like, why is this thing still on my list? I don't even care about that anymore. Like, remove it from the list. But we don't do that if we don't take a moment to look. And when we're just going through the motions, we don't do that. And then we a lot of us walk around with this, not enough, I didn't do enough, there's too much on my plate, blah, blah, blah. Like all of that really hinders our capacity to give, to be the best versions of ourselves, to show up, to take care of ourselves, all of those things. It gets dragged really thin when we just let things linger, that we could easily just do a quick reflection. Yeah, that's working. Yeah, that's not. No, I don't want this. Yes, I do. Blah, 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 and move forward. It feels hairy and scary at first, but it's actually, like I said, a very minimal, simple thing to do. I went to an event last week, which I still need to post about on here, but I went to an event last week and I was sitting watching these like powerhouse women. We're talking the editor-in-chief of Women's Health magazine. Come on. Like, amazing. And just the lineup was incredible. But I'm listening to them all talk, and I come home and I'm super motivated, and I'm like, yes, I feel really good about my direction. I got some really great feedback on some things. And I sit down, and my vision board is right behind. It's right there. So here's my computer's right here. Here's my tripod. Right behind that's my vision board for the year. Strategically placed, right? And I'm looking at it, and, you know, one of the things is healthy dogs, and it has a picture of Bonnie and Mia. That one punches me in the throat because obviously a month into the year, Bonnie died out of nowhere, right? So looking at that, I want to somehow a little bit avoid it, right? There's a lot of things on there, like something I want for my Jeep, record sales numbers, paid for speaking, having more fun, this thing I want to be published, I would like to get engaged this year, healthy parents, you know, all these different things, published, like all this shit, right, are on this list. And for a minute, I was like, okay, motivated, but fuck, it's July. And there's a few of those things I can cross off the list, but a lot of them I don't feel confident in. And I wanted to avoid it. Like, part of me wanted to just not look at it. And then I had this moment, was like, I know I cannot be the only one. And we still have so much time to make the most of every single day, that to make the most of every single day and week and month, to include things that we want, right? Things that actually are aligned with me. Oh, good, Corey, I'm so happy that that's always the goal, right? Is that the message reaches whomever needs it today. So even if it's just one human, like, that makes me so happy. But like, I know that if we can just adjust the list, right, of what we're supposed to be doing, or the goals we set for ourselves. This has nothing to do with anybody else, but the goals we set for ourselves. Shit, I just kicked over a water bottle. Hold on. If we can redirect that and make sure that we're on the path that actually is things that we want, to where we can get the most out of our day, so we can get the most out of the next, 5.5 months or whatever, until, you know, the world tells you have to reset your goals, which I don't know that I'll reset that at the end of the year. We'll see how I feel. But anyway, the whole point is it made me think, I know I'm not the only one who does this, obviously. We all, human behavior, right? We all do things similar to these things that I'm describing to you. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through the process that I know I have for myself. Next week, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go through each one of those things and reassess what I actually want. If those are things I want, if they are, do I maybe need to adjust timelines? Do I need to assign some things to myself? Whatever it is. It doesn't mean you have to have a vision board, but a lot of times people will be like, okay, you know, this is kind of what I'm thinking, whether it's for the quarter or for the year or whatever. These are things that I really like to focus on. I want to expand here, whatever it is. So I would take those things, sit down, take a really good solid look at it. And I have a list of exercises I take myself through. Some of it are from me, from just many years of doing this. Some of it I've adopted from Tony Robbins, from coaches I've worked with, from programs I've been in, but I've created this pretty great way to really just assess. The biggest thing is not only to assess, but to release any judgments, pressures, any bullshit that's actually going to prevent you from moving forward with forward action versus running around in circles or feeling bad about it or whatever. So I decided next Thursday, I'm going to do, I think it's Thursday. Next Thursday, I'm going to do a workshop. I'm going to host a workshop to take people through this. It's going to be at 1:00 Central Standard Time next Thursday. It'll be like the max will be 90 minutes, but I'm going to take each person through this so that they can let some pressure off of themselves and realign their head, their mindset, their everything with what it is that they're looking to continue to accomplish or strengthen or let go of or whatever it is. It'll be very interactive. It'll be low key, meaning like not a high stress level, not a ton of work. It's just, beforehand I'll send everybody an email like what to bring or give them the opportunity to share their vision of their goals with me wherever they wrote them down, so I could kind of have a good idea. But I just know that if I wouldn't have worked with so many people who workshopped through those things with me so many years ago, I would have a really hard time with this. And so I want to offer that help to as many people as may need it. So I will pop a link here for you guys. There is a $10 like ticket fee, simply because I used to offer free shit all the time and no one would show up. And I did, I've done experiments. So I have so many coaches I know, or so many people online, like putting a little bit of dollar amount on it causes people to follow through, which is the point. Like, I love you guys and I want to help as much as I can, but I also don't want to talk to a brick wall, right? So like, I want to talk to people who really truly care. If that $10 ticket is an issue, shoot me a message. We can have a conversation about it. But I would love to see you there. It's going to be super low key. It'll be really helpful. Like a transformative reset, let go moment, and then recommit basically to whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish. Daniel, do daily habits have an effect of progress towards yearly goals? Yeah, absolutely they do. 100%. I believe in reverse engineering goals. So for example, if I say, okay, I want to publish this book by February 2024, then I can break that down and say, I want to start focusing on it in September, and I have to write this many things per week to get to that goal, or I have to have the full amount of my manuscript to my editor by this date. And then I break that down into my daily habits, because in order to write a book, I'm going to have to create space. I'm going to have a good mindset. I'm going to have to eat well. I'm going to have to get enough sleep, be hydrated, tap into the creativity. There's all these things that affect our goals, how we can achieve our goals. So it's really about the ripple effect of your daily habits and how they really do support or pull you away from your yearly goals. So I hope that makes sense. That was a great question. Thank you for asking. Anybody who's interested, I'm going to pop the link in, and I would love to see you there. And if you can't come live, like I said, it's next Thursday, I will offer, the replay. I'll email it out to everybody, and then we can exchange an email. If you have questions or whatever, we can talk through that as well. So it's something that I think it just feels like something I need to do. So we're doing it. We have a handful of people signed up. I posted about it last week, sent an email about it this morning, I think. So there's time to sign up, but jump on it, please. I hope that my sharing about my experience is helpful. And either way, whether you come or not, I hope you grabbed something of value from this conversation. And as always, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you think anyone else can benefit from this message, please hit the share button and share it over. That helps me in a huge way. It helps us get the message in front of other people. So go out into the world, be a good human, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.